team. NRG making an elective roster swap up, picking up Bro from across the pond. He's having some decent performances thus far. He did perform individually quite well versus getting info, at least on the first map they played. Second map, though, was a very different story. We'll have to see if NRG have kind of shored up their weaknesses as we head into this first best of one on the evening. NRG on the defense to start things off on Anubis. Boss over on the offensive, and as we can already see, investments coming through. Snav, 2 pieces of utility, 1 dropped over to Slight, and a kit flash for Nitro on the other side of the scoreboard.
Now for NRG, they like to get off with a pistol round victory. Their pistol rounds at 41.7% win rate on this map, and that's a great flash from Boss to try and get the start. But Hext has 2 Nitro supported flashes, helping out to blind Wolfie and Freshie. And that stone walls Boss on the entry through A main. They'll try to make a quick audible over towards B site, but the main presence from Fruit Cup being dealt with by Bro. Now he's been dinked down, all but removed, finally punished by Fruit Cup, but OC's here to help out. George is spotted and dealt with as well, but OC 2 quick headshots, Fruit Cup flanked. Long range fight, 1 versus 2, plenty of time on the clock though, so that does favor Fruit Cup here. He does have armor as well. Only half his HP as the bomb goes down. Nitro, 1 chance, and he nailed it. Great job there from him. And he started it with the flashbang, finished it with the individual skill.
Yep, pair of kills for both Hext and OC. OC fending off that B take at least for a good while. Hext getting that double to start things off over towards A. Very well played from NRG to stop the take from Boss. I like the quick adaptations from the T side of Boss, but still it wasn't enough in the end. Very well done from NRG to start things off on the right foot. Boss, though, with that bomb plant, are going to go for an investment to try and punish the NRG CT economy. See some upgraded pistols, a MAC-10, a couple Galils, and a little bit of utility as well. To see which way Boss want to take this one. It looks like at the moment they're content just sitting around and waiting for openings.
A little bit of mid-pressure. They do get gifted the opening. Nitro peeking for information. He's down, but he was just the SMG. Wolfie running around with that Tech 9. Early, easy open. Bro through the smoke. Has help from camera. Won't see anything. Next will pop 1. Bro expected, though. Good read by Snav and Fruit Cup to go back. Hext has to push forward into main. Snav a second. This time onto OC. Over towards CT. All the kills working out for Boss right now as the bomb is down. Hext pincered as well, so NRG have to try to make the case out of this round. It's backstab on Hext. He does nothing, and George falls as well. A succinct mop-up from Boss. They were given an inch, they took a mile, and they tied it up at 1.
A scrappy statement to rebuke that pistol round victory. Aggressive through middle, a bit chaotic as they throw a flurry of utility in. But Boss thrive in the chaos. 4 survive, 2 pick up FAMASas, and 1 picks up an M4. Very good for the T economy. And NRG have no real choice but to buy into the Force by Wars. They have pistols, though, not even a primary to be spoken of, not even a kit either if we get that far. It's going to be an uphill battle for NRG, a far greater disparity between the two teams in terms of weaponry in this round than the last.
That's not to say, though, that the 5.7s and the like cannot find a way to win against the rifles. It's still a very dangerous buy for Boss to go up against, as they are entrenched around corners and tight angles. It's difficult to clear them out without utility and proper spacing. These sort of pistol half buys, force buys as the case may be, can really snowball out of control if you are Boss. So they're taking it slow and steady, don't want to overextend, don't want to lose any guns. Don't want to give anything over to NRG for free. There's the utility clearing things out. I like the mid lurk. That's exactly why it's there. Fruit Cup pops Nitro. There's 3 players here on A's site, though, and Boss do still have to make a move at some point. 50 seconds to go. Time running down. They still have not decided on where they want to make their final destination. It looks like they're going to edge over towards B now. Leave a couple players main as a lurk, but make B the final resting place of this round. And that's a good decision here, given the rotations. They don't know what we do. And I think it's more based off of the fact they got a kill and a contact. And they heard some rotations over towards the A site here. Bro, over in dark. Has to do a lot of work. The MAC-10's already found one. There's another push next. Bro gets mollied out. And that's just clean mop-up work by Boss. OC's the last man standing, and I don't think there's anything he can really do here. Wolfie's not even going to aggress despite only having a MAC-10.
Keep it clean, keep all 5 up, build that T economy, rather quickly. NRG, it might have suited them to save their weapons and their Kevlar going into round 3, seeing as it will be a save, but unfortunately they all fall. Boss are the ones to string rounds together first. And of course, as I mentioned, they keep all 5 up. If they can do the same in this round, their economy will be in a very healthy spot early on in this first half, and that does not bode well for the NRG defensive camp, who, as we know, will probably struggle as the CT side does historically.
Boss right now getting the start on the T side. They can get a very strong one, would help them out. They do not have the best CT side on this map. Only a 37.8% win rate. Again, roster changes do make a difference, but that's not a good start, at least when it looks at the CT side. So right now, it's get everything they can on the strong side. Try and make it as easy as possible to get this one over the line. Open A site here. Boss will waltz their way in. Won't have any real trouble. Snav might be the only one who gets caught out, but he's already made his way back to his teammates. And it's going to come down to how many kills the pistols can get, if any. And even then, the money for Boss is already getting out of control here. And there's more chances for, now, Slight on the MAC-10 to get a lot of money.
Yes, he is low, though, so he needs to be wary of these pistols. X, first contact, Shadow betrays him. Wolfie does him in cleanly. 3 more now, grouped up outside A main. NRG, the name of the game for them is exit kills. They want to funnel Boss out of the choke points on their flee from the radius. Hopefully do some damage with the bomb as a nice cherry on top. Swing from a second, Bro taken down. George does get one for his team. Wolfie's team damage comes to bite Slight. Bomb will go off. All 4 just sitting in main instead. The radius does not reach nearly as far as I thought it did. Wolfie and Freshy find 2 more, and OC will save a MAC-10. Probably not the most useful weapon. I doubt anybody will use it going into round number 5.
Yeah, probably not, and I'm sure he would want an op in this situation, but he's not going to get it. I'm surprised Boss call attack pause here, though. They have the momentum 3 rounds in a row, but it speaks to me that Boss want to ensure victory here on the first actual gun round of this game. That's why they're investing the time out here. They don't want to let anything go to chance. They want to make sure they can tighten that vice and squeeze it down on NRG as early as possible. And Boss know how critical this is for early standings. They also know how important it is to be top 2, because you get a very nice bye in the playoffs. So for Boss right now, you see NRG as fresh meat. And you can take them down, conquer them. Top 2 in ECL is all but guaranteed at that point.
Yeah, this would be a big scalp to find. And Boss has already seen that NRG can bleed. God, just a couple days ago, last Friday, versus getting info. George, a hefty chunk of damage taken early, down to 37. I think he was tagged through the wall by the op. Maybe not. Slight has a full mag, so it must have been a nade instead. A slow one from Boss across the map. 1 spotting B, 2 probing middle, 2 looking towards A main. Slow and measured. Still over a minute left on the clock.
Yeah, that's not measured at all, Nate.
It's not. Freshy, a nice opening as well. The Moss rings through, finds the headshot onto a player with no helmet. Very good start for Boss, and a lot of control at the center point of the map.
And a lot of damage done to George. Bro joining that unhappy party. Down to 6 HP now as he's having to fall away. That's all one man in Fruit Cup, doing all of the damage. A still seems to be the target here for Boss. as they're all kind of grouping up and ready to go in onto the A site. Now, though, refocusing towards middle, time becoming a factor. Boss will have to move and move quickly.
NRG gambling, though.
Yeah.
And gambling on a B site take, and Boss have waited this out perfectly. NRG have to save. There's no way they should be able to retake this.
They do. And I think that's kind of what Boss were waiting for. They were waiting for NRG to make a play. Gamble rotation's over. And they waltz right into the open A site. Get the bomb down. NRG can do nothing about it. 4 in a row for Boss off the bounce. And for NRG, I think it might be their turn to call a timeout here.
Probably. 4 survive means they should have a decent enough investment in the following with that max loss bonus. Not quite max, but still close enough. I wholeheartedly agree. Things are getting out of control. It's flawless round after flawless round for Boss. But last round they lost 1 player. The round before that lost none. This round they lose none. Boss's economy is going to become oppressive very quickly. Fruit Cup goes down with the ship, but still 4 surviving is very good, and a Galil dropped isn't the worst outcome.
I will say Wolfie with the FAMAS is not ideal at all. It's not post-buff FAMAS, it's still pre-buff FAMAS. But there's 2 FAMASs over on NRG and Hext and Nitro, so there is that silver lining.
It's useful against players without helmets.
Yes. That's very true.
One of the biggest factors to me. 4 players have no helmets. Prioritizing utility instead, and that makes the FAMAS far more deadly. We saw Freshi get that drive-by in middle earlier on when he went crazy. A lot of opportunities for the very same plays as they rush out B. First player in towards E-Box gets 1. George low on HP though. Freshi knows exactly where Bro is lurking as well. It's chaos, but it's the site taken and a 3 versus 3 secured.
Yeah, site takes aren't always going to be clean and easy. Sometimes it is going to come down to a couple trades in to get the bomb down. Nitro trying to find something back in. Hexed outside of E-Box. OC on the way through main. 3-prong retake for NRG here. Nade blows open the smoke, but Nitro still unspotted as of now. Time dwindles. He has that kit, and he spots Wolfie, deals with him. Freshi trades it out, but OC comes in. 1, not quite 2. Slight has the op, and he strikes for 1. Molotov onto his angle, Hex in the smoke. Slight blows open the smoke, though, and he hits a great shot on Hex, too. Quick shots from Slight. And despite that little bit of a scare against OC, which he turned into not one at all, had some good opping, good pistoling from Slight and Boss. Scrappy round, but a good gun round to win.
Scrappy round, but again, they've built up that buffer as well. Normally, NRG have a silver lining in the damage they've done, but because Boss have won so many rounds so cleanly, the losses are easily soaked up. Reinvestments come through. The full buys. NRG as well, able to go for an investment because 4 players survived in the round before last. They have the op for OC as well, albeit at the cost of a good bit of utility. Again, only 1 kit in play. It's on George this time around. Boss have shown us so many different looks, so many different plays. NRG are just continually having to guess at what Boss have up their sleeve.
And Boss seem to have more and more up their sleeve every single round that goes by. There's a new trick in the Jester's repertoire. Whether it's juggling, knives, eating fire, somersaults, tumbling, jokes, stand-up comedy. I don't think slam poetry is there yet, so...
You just call Boss a bunch of jesters?
Potentially.
Village fools?
Well, there's a difference between a jester and a village fool.
I know.
A jester was also usually one of the king's greatest advisors. A very trusted and powerful position, believe it or not. Also the only one who could insult the king without repercussions.
OC takes down the helmsman. The man in charge, Snav, now playing an RTS with his teammates as the pawns. 25 seconds left, though. They have to make their move. Wolfie, the lurk outside A, caught by Hex probing for information. And Boss might have lost the plot. They're now racing racing into B, but there's 3 players here ready to stop the take. Nitro one, Bro another. Fruit Cup alone, and Fruit Cup felled. 4 survive for NRG. That helps them build a bit of a CT economy. And at long last, they finally put another round on the board. But again, Boss have a good amount of money in the bank. They're going to continue to invest. Things are still going to be difficult for the NRG camp.
Things are going to be relatively difficult still indeed, but Boss have to change up their strategy. That last round was far too slow, far too methodical. By the time things actually started happening, 1 casualty snowballed into 2, and the round was essentially over at that point. For NRG, if Boss play like that again, don't change anything. But Boss need to force NRG into making more plays. Yeah, try to force some errors out of the CT side.
For some early control, perhaps.
Yeah. I think that's what Freshie wants to do out mid here. Go for a little bit of control, but does he go through the smoke is the real question.
He's dropping. Is he dropping? He goes through.
He saw him? He did not see him. Got spotted. Nitro caught blindsided. And then Fruit Cup catches Bro in the meantime. Out towards B main. George gets 1, but he loses half his health. Those Fruit Cups there. And Fruit Cup times it to perfection. Freshie ate a nade for dinner, though, and that's going to make it a 3v2 hold for Boss as the bomb goes down. Slides op on rotation all the way back A main. On the stairs, going to have to rotate in. OC stops the bomb plant. I don't know how that happened, but that is ludicrous. Larcenous from OC.
This makes the round doable. Through the pizza smoke, Hext comes. He furthers the advantage. And as you mentioned, Slight all the way back in main. Had a long rotation and is now locked out of the site without the bomb. And in a deficit situation, 1v2, misses the op shot this time around, not even a leg to be found, and Hext racing forward, gets the kill, a hat trick for him, and OC, an incredibly consequential wall bang onto the player planting behind the half wall.
That is disgusting from OC, just takes 1 shot and wins the round essentially by virtue of that, stops the bomb plant. Hext goes sicko mode around smokes, jumping out of B main. And now NRG have brought Boss to the end of their money. Last buy for the Boss boys. NRG, despite not having a very strong bank here, able to build something and maybe even get close to a tie ball game here as George takes a lot of nade damage again. Freshie's taking quite a bit, down to 69 HP. I'm sure he's not too fussed about the number just because he'll think it's funny.
Yeah, he does. Made a comment about it, I'm sure.
Oh, had to have.
We all know his personality.
Look
It's under
at
a minute 20.
positioning mid, Nate.
3 at middle from NRG. They want to shut down Freshie. They know he likes to stomp around, push forward, go for those one-on-one duels. But Boss are not going for such a play. They're grouping up towards B main instead for an outright execute. We have 1 lurk. Is Wolfie slowly slinking up towards the canals. NRG have at least set up correctly. They're going for a retake B. The best setup you could ask for when you're putting so much emphasis on middle. George might even set up his teammate for a kill on the crossing. Bro. Spamming. Fruit Cup and Wolfie, though, start things off right. Wolfie down to 12, still taking control. Bomb plant will be secured, not behind the half wall this time around. They've learned from their mistakes. And NRG in a 3 versus 5 at this point, probably going to call it quits.
Yeah, definitely have to save it again. Only OC has money left at 46k. Hext is on the border of being able to have a good buy, but not really guaranteed. They have to save. They have to save, and they're not going to like the result of that. 6 rounds to Boss now. 5 alive for Boss as well. And that's also a concerning factor here for NRG. It's the fact that Boss are winning rifle rounds flawlessly. That's really good for the team. Not good at all for NRG. And would you consider there's still 3 rounds to go in this half, and Boss have not really slowed down much despite that little stumble for the last couple of rounds? NRG are going to have to bank on a very, very strong offensive side in the second half to be able to take this map.
stats do at least lend themselves to that kind of play. 69.4% T win rate for NRG. Meanwhile, Boss have an abysmal sub 40% CT win rate, so NRG 4 might be all they need. Maybe even 3, if they really get the ball rolling quickly. Boss wanting to put this half to bed firmly in their favor. George, again in E-box, smoked off, looking for something. Slight, though, slinking forward once more towards the water. Awesome, once more looking towards mid. Nate opened the smokes, Freshie at the point. No one sticking around for a peek at this time around, though. Instead, NRG are playing far back towards A main. 3 players there, 1 spotting. Now 2 spotting camera. 1 in main proper. Boss. It left, bomb picked up. It looks like an A play. This player's ready. Wolfie catches 1. Good flash from Slight, and now they know Nitro's here as well. Wolfie in front of the Molotov. It's the duel, but not the kill. George trades out his teammate. OC through the wall finds Freshie. This round's been spun on its head despite the early opening for Boss. They now find themselves a man down. Bomb, where is it at? Outside A main.
And that's B open.
Yeah, that's the B side taken. Fruit Cup needs to race forward in case a flank is coming through. Snav's going to try to take the fight to his opponents. Catch them off guard in towards Temple. I don't see the spot played often either.
I like this call by Snav. You get inside, it's going to be a difficult clear. At an angle. OC does clear it, and Snav shoots a little bit too early. Now it's a game of cat and mouse. Fruit Cup comes to help. But that means Nitro knows where both are. However, he is so far removed from both of them. They're just going to buddy up here. Double nades. It's planted for them in Temple as well. No utility for Nitro here. Just has his kit. And I think he's going to save. Yeah. He wants nothing to do with this. That's 7 to Boss now. And NRG's by the next round. Let's say they're at max loss. It's still not going to be great. Oh,
it's better than I thought it would be. Always using Fomasis to flush out the utility. OC can get an op with no utility, or minimal utility, I should say. Hex can get dropped by Nitro if they so desire. And they have a tactical pause to talk it out as well. So it could definitely be worse for them, but yeah, having that round snatched away by Snav definitely hurts for NRG. They were up 3-2. They really got the correct read and the good trades once the take began, but good adjustment from Boss. Good work to keep all avenues of opportunity open for a potential take.
Yeah, it's great work by Snav and Fruit Cup there. Meanwhile, for NRG, they take their first time out of the half of the map and of the evening. They're going to rely heavily on that saved AK of Nitro, the off of OC. The scrounge together by as they desperately search for 5. Bomb's been left at Rugs, so at least for now, Boss look to lean towards A. Where they end really seems to be based off of how they sort of rotate around, how they feel the map out, if they get kills. That early bomb decision, that early bomb lane means nothing. As you can see, it's already been brought over to B, and fast B's on the call here for Boss. They're completely ignoring middle. They're going 3 main, 2 E-box. 3 players here to defend for NRG, but it's takes like this that have demolished holds like this before. NRG could not expect this to be perfect, despite having the heavy lead. And Bro gets removed through the smoke. Molotovs into dark. Free kill onto George. Nitro's gonna roast like yesterday's lunch, as he does get 1, but only 1. A save has to be called. Wrap it up. Boss have 8. Next and OC might get hunted down, as well as Snav and Fruit Cup have plenty of money. They can go prowling for these players. But this half for NRG is lacking their namesake.
Yes, it is. NRG, it was definitely a bold call to play 2 on plat with no smoke to extinguish a Molotov. We've seen Molotovs thrown there time and again by Boss. Of course, in that round, it basically yielded 2. Nitro got mollied out. He did find one shore. Second player on the back of the platform also found after he was taken down a bit by the Molotov. 8-3. Yeah, likely 9th as well, NRG. Yet to find anything to really stall Boss more than a round or 2. Sure, the investment's still going to be pretty good for this NRG team, but again, it's looked lackluster. We've been wanting more from them throughout this half.
Yeah, we have. And it's more as individuals are concerned, team play is concerned. We saw a little bit of them in the pistol round and a couple of rounds here and there sprinkled in, but for the most part, it's been all Boss here in the first half of Anubis. Boss of the team that looks hungry. They want it more. That's a nice shot from OC. He's had a pretty good night so far.
Finally change.
Yeah.
Crashing down canals, Nitro in middle.
He caught Freshy pushing through. Finally, Freshy got red.
Where was this earlier on?
Are you asking why far too little, far too late, or if it's the right time for this to show up? Because that's what I'm asking myself right now.
Or could be enough. It is
That's
the CT side of Anubis. Yeah, I mean, they're well poised to get 4, but it could be turned on its head. As I mentioned, almost a 70% win rate on the T side for NRG and a sub 40% win rate on the CT side for Boss. I'm feeling this map is far from over. But this round is as well in a 3 versus 5 for Boss, but they have the bomb down. The hard part secured. Snav. Molotov in towards Shrek. This compels them forward. Wolfie's here at a crossfire. Triple swing, are they all here? Bro and Nitro find 2. Fruit Cup gets 1 and a second via the team kill, but OC puts the round to bed. NRG secure a 4th. Stem the bleeding. Will it be enough? We'll see when we return from the break.
And find that I left my distractions behind. In the meantime, I'll blindfold my pride and keep hold of my time like it's gold. Reaching to find where the wonder hides. What's the waste of time?
NRG finally looking invigorated in that final round of the first half, but as we said, will it be enough as they head into the favored side of Anubis, or will their sluggish start be their demise? It's Pineapple Phillips and Boggs on the microphone, and NRG trailing by 4 as we enter the second pistol round of this map. Boss, full Kevlar for them, no utility, no kit. NRG, one set of utility on Nitro, and a P250 Super Soldier for OC. Hext has a smoke on belt. Straight pop middle appears to be the call for NRG. 3 players pushing forward, 1 outside Rugs and 1 outside B, with the bomb on his back as well. Would it be a wrap in through towards B? Slight spotting for this, but the close range does not favor him. He's down for the count, and this player E-Box now is in a very awkward spot. That is Freshy. It's the info. Not the kill. Double dinked by Bro, the new addition to the team. NRG in the luxury of bomb plant positions. The spam from Snap does connect. No bomb secured. Still down by 1R Boss, but might have the inroads required to make this retake a little bit spicy.
Yeah, especially with Fruit Cup here in CT. He spots out 1 at Pillar. And if you can deal with Bro, or at least get down towards the site, make it a lot easier. What a shot from Bro, though. Snap has nothing he can do left, and neither can Wolfie. It's all up to Fruit Cup. He's got 1, but his time is running out faster than his teammates are. They're not giving him anything. He's going to have to take every inch. And they're all tucked in behind. He's worried about a flank now, and, well, he might get the last couple. It doesn't really even matter at this point. Time was out, and OC, they'll get the final kill just for pride's sake, but unnecessary pistol round for NRG is converted in their favor. They got the bomb down, they got the kills, they got the round. They'll get the buy here. And Boss probably won't invest too much. A Zeus for Slight, a Deagle for Fruit Cup, and an 8-6 scoreline very likely on the cards here.
Very likely, but don't discount Fruit Cup. He's had a heck of a map thus far. 15 kills for himself, and that one-shot wonder weapon in hand, that Deagle. It's an always one shot, but it will pretty much everywhere on this map. Slow one from NRG. Much like Boss, they are prioritizing the man count. Keep as many alive, keep those weapons up for a bonus in the third round of the half. NRG slowly getting control. Looks like towards A and towards middle for a potential split into the site. It would be the right call. Boss are gamble stacking towards B.
NRG are kind of scared the way they're playing. They're playing very passive. They're just spotting. They're not trying to over-aggress. It's a good counter to pistols. They don't know how limited this Boss buy is. Now they're making the right read, too. Walking into the A site, splitting through the middle. There's going to be no counter here. Except for Fruit Cup, who maybe gets 1. If he gets 2, I think that's more than plenty. Anything more than 2 is where you start to get into the realm of impossibilities, and NRG could not let that happen in situations.
Bomb has been planted.
Do they expect him here already? Resmoke Heaven does suggest that they do. And now, he's been spotted, has to run away. And it will be 2 rounds separating these 2 teams here as we get into round 15, and the next one, OC might just get the backstab for a free kill.
Or Slime might get the free kill because no one will expect him to be here. Very interesting spot. He might even find Hext. We'll see if he expects this kind of play. 3 in CT looking for Nitro. Headshots presented to the MAC-10. Slight gonna push forward. There it is. No, Hext is ready for it. And it's a mop-up. All the pistols looking for exits are caught looking. 5 survive, including the MAC-10s. Good start for NRG to build up that economy quickly and give them a full-fledged bonus into round number 15. Only 2 away now from tying things up. And as you mentioned, the best start they could ask for on this T side. A much-needed start for them to make this one competitive.
bits of utility already thrown by NRG. Boss countering with some A main Molotovs, but it's Freshie to solo the A side. 4 players B, no mid control whatsoever. The boss right now. Very interesting decision there. Completely giving up the mid chunk of the map, and Nitro is going to start wandering forward, seeing what's given to him, and taking what's given freely. Freshie tries to drop utility to get away, but he's run down by the MAC-10. A side open, bomb going down here. The 4 players of Boss on B have to make a decision whether or not they even want to attempt this retake. They do get OC, so that opens up a bit more of a possibility, but they have to be worried about what's happening mid now. If people are pushed through CT, Boss are going to at least tepidly attempt this retake. I think a lot comes down to how Wolf fares out middle. Nitro, messy engagement for the both of them. Both dinked down low. And Nitro caught on retreat. Now Boss of the man advantage. No reason not to go for this. Flashes can rain on over. Here they come. Flashes going down. Second one's coming through. Fruit Cup taking the fights. Losing those out. Time running out for Boss. Slight 1, 2. Needs more. Has the third. Kit, is it there?
On
No,
Wolfie.
it's
It was
not.
on Wolfie.
Yup.
There it is. Too
No
late.
time.
Just wanted to mention, I didn't think it would be a factor for a Boss, but it definitely was. The chaos and comms meant Slight couldn't find it quickly enough. And Boss now only barely hang on to their lead. They do damage in that round, sure, but it was a bonus for NRG, and they still win the round to boot. AKs across the board for them with good utility. OC could have gone for the up if he really wanted it. He clearly does not. And Boss, with the loss bonus, will scrounge something together, but it's a core of MP9s for the defensive camp.
That's a round Boss had everything going back into. They lost a couple players initially. Made a great retake out of it. And then, kind of fumbled the ball on the goal line there, Nate. I know you're a big fan of the sports balls and all. But
Big sport ball fan.
that is just getting almost to the goal and then falling flat on their faces.
Which sport?
Well, my first analogy was NFL, American football. Second one, kind of more like a running analogy.
I was thinking cricket, my bad.
That one is the one thing I probably couldn't give you an analogy for.
Dang.
I'm trying to think of a tennis analogy too,
I was going to say, speaking of bugs, this round bothers me.
but yeah, I mean,
Snav's all the way up there.
Snav
They're in
is
spawn, 38 seconds left, and he'll find the kill. He'll do so much damage.
gosh.
Nitro and Bro find one a pop, but this round still has a long way to go. Bomb needs to go towards B, and it's far from over because the rotation is so quick from Slight and Fruit Cup.
Slight and Fruit Cup. They don't know where Slight is, but Fruit Cup's gone. Fruit, or Slight rather, whiffs the spray. And that is a turn of events that Boss can ill afford. Oh boy.
Freshy's going to try to get that gun dropped in T-spawn when the time comes, or you'll get Bro delivering one on a silver platter. Freshy?
Freshie?
He was definitely talking and not looking at the monitor. They were talking about things, and he was caught off guard.
Yep. That was a free kill.
Free to free.
Would it have mattered in the long run? Probably not, but
An upgrade would be nice. An AK going into this round would actually be relatively consequential.
would he have been able to survive that long?
Don't know.
Too many hypotheticals. But it's tied now. 8-8. NRG bringing it back. Freshie, there's a good start. And a second, too. Two dry fights, one solo against AKs. Hext and George cannot let that happen. And just as Boss seemed to be down for the count and out, they find a way to battle back in. That's a big individual effort from Freshie there. The MP9 master. Bomb's going down on B, though, and this becomes a winnable situation for NRG. And Fruit Cup goes down swinging. The Deagle, not enough to get anything done.
Saw his window. I respect the play. The shot wasn't quite connected. Snab, now it's his turn at the very same angle. But NRG have gone to their post plant setup. Bro's already waiting for the flank from Slight, who thinks he has the jump on them. He clearly does not, though. Bro, very far back, gets that kill. Players on site have a rude game plan waiting for them. OC in B main 1 and 2. Wolfie is tucked in the corner here, ready to try to save his Kevlar. He'll go for exits instead. Will not succeed in that endeavor either. 9, excuse me. They got the kill. 9 for NRG, and well, a 10th unless Boss can do something about it. Boss finally a full buy on the board, and opt for Slight. M4s on the rest, including that A4 for Snab. NRG, do they go for the op on the other side? Yes, they do. OC has that in hand. Potentially an Opera's duel on the horizon. We did see it won by OC, I believe, in that final round of the first half, but I think that's the only Opera's duel we've seen thus far. Never mind. There it is. Slight, top of mid, peeking down towards Canals, takes down his rival through the wall. Wolfie, though, nearly dropped in similar fashion through a smoke.
Still, that's a man advantage and a critical one for Boss to find. E-Box under the control of NRG, however. The smoke's going to reveal the positions, and Hex wins that against Fruit Cup. AK Dink works a little bit better than the M4. And Slight up around the corner with the op. No scope on Bro, who walks right in. Man advantage restored for NRG. Hexed on 4 HP also. Not too much of a threat here. Freshie, the lone defender of A site. Has a molly and a flash. He's jiggling the Molotov peek here. Spots, throws, and there's a gap. In they come. Flash goes high. Freshie's dodging and just waiting for reinforcements now. Those reinforcements are going to come too late. The bomb's going to get planted. Retake time for Boss again. Yet to get around on the CT side of Anubis. It's all NRG this half so far. Freshie's gun barrel spotted. George pushes in. 1 around the corner. Not 2 as Nitro sprays for a pair. And now Slight knows where 1 is. Both very low. Needs both quickly. And that's Slight. Flash works for 1. Buys time. Molotov in. Gets the kill. That actually might just give him the angle. Hex is going to have to peek behind it. Doesn't reel. Oh, mind games. Does Slight have it? No.
No kit. No kit again. He has the ace, but not the round. He'll head for the hills. They disconnect. That's why we saw a second player alive. I believe it was Freshie that it said was alive. He's not. Player's already reconnected as well, so we shouldn't have any tech problems. 10-8, though. And as you mentioned, Boss yet to find a round on this CT side. That round was set up for them. They had a man advantage. Hex was on 10 HP. And yet they couldn't quite put that retake together. Boss understandably using their tactical timeout at this stage. It feels like trying to just buy and buy again in hopes of something landing. It's actually going to be a half in this one. Surrounding that op of Slight. But it very much feels like a do or die moment for the Boss camp.
It really is in this map. And I would honestly say that last round, or even the round before, where Boss came down to a retake and had everything but the defuse done, is essentially the difference in this game right now. It's the little things that are making the biggest of differences. Right now for Boss, those differences are weighing massively on the shoulders of these individuals. This CT side has been suffering. And all but a Sisyphusian effort.
Issue is the boulder hasn't even started rolling in this Sisyphean analogy. Boss is trying to do what they can. Good start from Slight. He's up, needing to be the star to start things off. He doubles down. Wolfie in middle on the MP9 does a boatload of damage, 99 to be exact before falling. Still advantaged for Boss. NRG though, a quick rotation into an empty A bomb site. They're making the right read time and again. And this gives them another opportunity, despite the disadvantage, to pull off a round victory.
Bomb has been planted.
Nitro catches Snav rotating in with a knife out, as these retakes for Boss have been a very sore subject. Freshie coming through, caught by George. Unspotted main by Slight. The op will win the fight, and Wolf, rather, finishes off George up to Nitro, last alive. Slight wins it. Is there time though with that Molotov taking away? No kit down.
He'll get on it.
Yeah,
3 HP left.
Barely, but he's got it.
Is that 9 kills for Slight in 2 rounds? He got the ace in the round before and lost it, and he gets the 4K in this one with the op to win it. Putting the team in his backpack, and in fact, more than doubling his kills over 2 rounds. Quite the performance from him. The wake-up required. He's slingshot himself ahead of Fruit Cup and ahead of the entirety of the server with this stellar performance. If Freshie can come alive on this A side, if he can find a way to stop getting bullied, because he's been bullied time and again, maybe Boss have an avenue back towards this map.
NRG using a timeout here is quite strange. They've had all but 1 round of success in the second half. They're doing very good. But I guess they see the writing on the wall that these rounds have not been confident. And that's why they are taking their time and discussing this now.
They're at the end of their economic rope. No op. Galil on Hext. And if I had to guess, they're discussing a set play to either A, punish Freshie alone at A, or B, catch out Slight so that he can stop being a menace for them to worry about throughout the round. Nitro, aggression in middle. He's going to drop down towards Canals instead. Quick B split is on the cards. 3 players to defend. Snav and E-Box is going to be first at bat against Nitro. Goes in off contact. He gets the kill. A second not secured. Hex, good trade. Again, this quick play is coming through. Still 2 on the site defending. 1 back of flat and Wolfie on the back of site. Fruit Cup gets 1. Wolfie, though, caught finding none. And Hex gets the trade onto the very same Fruit Cup player. It's the site taken and a man advantage for NRG. But the bomb has yet to hit dirt.
It has to get on site, and it does just that. No OC-esque wallbang for Slight, as he'll push down with a Molotov. Of course, Hex is not going to push into the open there. Tucks tail behind the pillar. Freshie just spots him out. Can't really get him out of position. Too entrenched. 1 for Freshie, but only 1. Slight. So much utility damage, but still has to find Hex plus OC. Knows where OC is out in main. Slight runs on, but it's the Galil's automatic fire that gets the double dink. And NRG 2 away from taking away Anubis before we get to map 2 here. Time running out, money running out for Boss. And everything looked so good after that first half. The CT side, though, has been, at best, a sieve. At worst, a screen door on a submarine.
Told you. It's going to be an uphill battle. 37.8% win rating on the defense for Boss against a almost 70%, 69.4 on the T side for NRG. It did not paint a pretty picture, but it also didn't paint a picture this bad. NRG. At this point, if they win this round, they break the CT economy. They have 12, and it should be a 13th off the back because of how poor the investment will be. NRG, though, if they lose this round without the bomb plant, their economy will be in a similar desperate spot. Freshie. Again, that point man on A. He's alone behind the pillar, and he has an MP9 with no utility. The definition of a difficult spot to play. He's going for damage at best. Slight has rotated into support. Wolfie might as well. You need to be worried about that late flank middle. Hex, point man, goes forward, spots them both. Freshie blind tag down. Slight does find 1 and 2, a collat. Wolfie, that lurk onto Nitro, that's what I was worried about. OC wins the Opera's duel. Freshie can't find anything. NRG find a way into the site, but they're still being contested from camera.
George is so low, 27 HP. It really all rests on the shoulders of OC. But George goes through the smoke, caught by one or the other. Would have been inevitable. And Boss finished the retake. Cut the deficit back to 1. And stay alive on map 1 here versus NRG. The first best of 1 of the night between these two sides. Slight has been an absolute monster in the second half. He could use a friend with him. Fruit Cup got most of his kills on the T side of things. And now for NRG. Their money's busted, Nate. Despite winning so many rounds in a row. Those close losses in the retakes have shattered the T economy. And Boss now have as close to a red carpet as you can get to tying this up.
And the economy still isn't great.
Hex doesn't have a pistol there. Okay, he has a Glock now.
Something. Better than nothing.
Those cost $200 if you want to buy them.
No. You get one for free.
But you still have the option of buying them for $200.
It's true. Train out middle. Solo being taken, trying to use their numbers to get killed. Snap is in a difficult spot to fight. A very open angle. He'll get 2, but fall in the process. Slight, the op holding the angle, only good for 1, and the AK's gonna recover. He's trying to take that player down before he's gonna reload. Very well read from Slight, but he can't stay alive. Nitro gets the trade and picks up the AK as well. 1v3, 2 kills is okay damage. 3 kills would be massive for NRG. It would severely hamper the economy of Boss going into round number 23. He's been given a lot of space to work with, but no clear entry into a site. Double back middle, looking for that aggression, looking for that info play, and he'll find it. The issue is Freshie's posted on the right angle. Will that op be recovered? They don't know where it is. It's all the way back temple, and so it will not be picked up. Snap can drop one. And he will. But again, not a lot of economic room for Boss. If they lose this round, they're going to make some compromises going into the final of regulation. NRG compromises as well. No op, a Galil for George. It's a bitter end to this first map.
Tie score, 2 more rounds of regulation. Both teams' economies hang in the balance. As do both teams' chances on this map. A tightrope walk, no matter how you slice it. And you have to slice it pretty thin, because there's nothing separating these two teams right now. Bomb backstairs. Lots of canal presence from NRG. A very slow and methodical pace as they work around the map. And I think that Boss want to take the fight canal here. Only George is left, and that nade is going to do a good amount of damage to him. He does have some help deeper. But Fruit Cup's going to win the first fight. The long-range fight. Snap gets caught, though, in the crossfire. And now Fruit Cup's going to get mollied out into the open. George gets 2. Big round for George. Snorts here. Wolfie has to be immense. Gets some help from Slight rotating in. That smoke, though, will allow Nitro to get the bomb down. No chance to stop the plant and Slight. Caught by Bro. Wolfie back in dark. 1, 2 from the same spot. Cannot deal with George. And so Freshie, 1 versus 2 to stay ahead in this map. Does not know where anybody is. And Nitro, crispy with the headshot. gets NRG at a match point here on the first best of one of the night. And Boss's money. Abysmal for the situation they're in. They'll buy what they can. But NRG, advantage to them. Heading into round 24.
Tremendous advantage. Again, that CT economy was balanced very finely, and, well, a loss tips it over the scales. 2 MP9s, lackluster utility on the bulk of the squad. No op to play with for Slight, who again has a tremendous impact with that weapon. NRG, sure, they're making some cuts as well. Their economy's not great, but it's still markedly better in terms of investment than their opponents, and a lot more utility as well to play with. Slow round. Boss focusing on sites. 2 on A main, 3 on B. And a lot of round left to be played.
The MP9s can do damage. There's a chance they can find a way to win. But overall, it's going to be tough sledding for a Boss here. NRG are content to work their way slowly. Not really having to do too much. Just hope for an entry. Hope for an opportunity. Hope for a CT to overextend. But time is running out. Down to 35 seconds. They have to make a play. It's a pincer towards A. Camera the target. One towards main. Rotations are coming through Temple. But it's watched for here by NRG. But OC! He turns away from it. And now they have to come back, but Fruit Cup's doubled up. George has one, only one. Nitro does not expect the second, but he's able to convert it anyway. Now a 1 versus 2 for Captain America. One not there. And we're going to get some overtime here on the first map of the night. And both teams, 4 on the CT side, 8 on the T side. Nothing separating them. And I think there's no better, more fitting way to finish this than in bonus Counter-Strike.
No more fitting way, I have to agree. Economy woes are now out the window. Everybody should be able to get full investment throughout both halves. 12.5k overtime. And it's kind of a story on these two teams of the team fragging as a unit for NRG. They're all separated by, what, 4 kills? Versus the more top-heavy things for Boss. With Fruit Cup and Slight at the front with 21 kills a pop. OC is opposite going to challenge. It looks like Canals, I should say, looking for that player E-box. Where is Slight? He's playing A. On the plat, behind the pillar with the op. Looking for an opening. NRG, though, making up the pace to at least clear up towards E-box. Snav toying with this prey. Good double nade onto George. He's down to 7 HP. NRG still stuck in their ways from the round of last. Slow and scared. Op shot Mosey does not connect. Good flash in for Snav to find the opening. Advantage secured at long last for Boss as we crest that minute remaining mark. Row in towards B main has support. But no one being presented. Snav actually get flashed in. Instead it's Fruit Cup to take the fight. Snav traded by Nitro, but he's also tagged down to 46. George on low HP, does not find a kill. Fruit Cup and Wolfie combined for 2. Hexed on site, trying to find anything, is dancing with 2, dancing with the pair. He'll find 1, not the second. Freshie rotating in, gets the kill. Boss secure the lead for the first time in quite a while.
The first time since it evaporated at 9-8. It's been a very long time since Boss last held a lead. They have found a way to get back into it here. It looks like a technical, really. No, it is a tactical, as it's counting down. It doesn't tell me how many that NRG have left, unfortunately, but I believe this is their second. Actually, wait, no, I think it's their third. Pretty sure they called one in the second half.
They did, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so I think this is their third and final.
Both might have actually.
And a double op here for Boss, too. They're going all in. They're pulling out all the stops. They could win 2 on the CT side. That'll set them up very nicely for that second half of overtime.
This would. Double op for Snav and Slight. OC eagerly looking for that opening, that Opera's duel early on towards E-Box. No one's offering it, though. Snav, a misthrown Molotov, meant to throw it a bit further until it bounces off the wall. He'll play around it nonetheless, and he will be given the opening. Bro, caught swinging a little bit confident, thought nobody could be there. Snav, overconfident from his opening, is humbled. In turn, caught by the primary op of NRG. Back to a 4 versus 4. Slight, though. He's at A main. He's looking for this opening. Hext might just present it. He does, but he takes it. Hex gets the kill. A tremendous scalp to find. NRG again with the advantage and still about a minute to work with.
Both ops down, still rifles to deal with. Bomb gonna go down for free. And Boss are slowly converging to go for this retake. Fruit Cup's all the way in CT. Freshie going to join him. Wolfie coming in through Temple. Smoke down towards main. Wolfie looking for a start. Molotov to E-Box, time running out for Boss. They have to get on the bomb here. They have to start. Double spray from Wolfie. That is huge. Wolfie, another Fruit Cup, the last. And that is a furious retake from Boss that ends in a matter of about 4 seconds. I had no idea how they were going to untrench NRG. They just did.
The boost does in the 2 at B main. Boss, they had a little bit of utility. They used it to clear the site rather than clear out the post-plant positions, and I thought that would be curtains for the round. They didn't throw the Molotov deep into E-Box. They only smoked off B main, which could be dispelled with a nade. I thought that retake didn't have legs, and yet Wolfie does it the hard way, finding both on the boost, a third towards E-Box, and that 4th being picked up by the Fruit Cup man. 2 rounds stolen on the CT side is a big boon for Boss, who struggled on this defense in regulation. Keep in mind, both teams only getting 4 of the 12 rounds on their defensive side. They've already secured 66% of the rounds in this first half. Double op again in play for Snav and Slight. No op in play for OC. NRG feeling the hurt. And if they lose this round, if they're down 12-15 going into the defense, I have to give a hefty advantage to Boss.
You have to statistically, right? If Boss win all 3 out of this half, they have such a heavy lead. But Boss are also having to battle their way back from down men on retakes right now on the CT side. They lose that opening pick again, Snap going down first. And they're struggling to get things going the right way, but at least they're closing out the rounds. It's really all that matters at this stage, but lost fight by Fruit Cup forces Wolfie into a very unenviable situation, caught between a rock and a hard place, between the hammer and the anvil. He is flattened. Just Slight and Freshie left. No reason to save. Last round of the half. First half of overtime 1. Bro's expected here. And Slight's not going to be quick enough to hit that shot. Now they know where he's coming from. They can assume Freshie's coming this direction as well. Missed Molotov gives them a little bit of a chance. The op is not the best gun to have in the situation, and it's in a 1 versus 5 now. No shot there. And so NRG at least pick up 1 of 3 in the first half of overtime. First to 16 right now. So Boss need 2. They need 2 on this T side. Now it's easier said than done, or easier done than said. It's been a while since they were last on the attack.
It's been a while since they've been on the attack, but it's also been a while since NRG was on the defense. Will NRG have that same zest that we saw in that final round of the first half, or will they have forgotten their ways? Very good question. Boss. Back to the standard. Wolfie tossing around the Molotov, throws it into A main. Slight going for his Opera's dual D-box. George is not taking that kind of duel. Slow one. Classic for Boss. We saw it throughout the first half.
Yep. They like to take it slow. No life in the fast lane for Boss. I think it makes you lose your mind or something. At least that's what the Eagles said. But they're going to have to make a move quickly here. They're running out of time to meander and trounce about.
It's gotta be B.
It has to be at this point. A lot of have here too, and that's the start. Not a clean fight, but a fight won. Bro takes a little bit of molly tech damage. I know where he is. He's pretty open. His opper falls, but he's able to still make a stand of one around the obelisk. Bro pushes forward. Good eye by Fruit Cup. And now Hex to Nitro, last two standing. Hex dodges the flash. Don't think Snav saw him. Nitro coming CT side. Hex and E-Box. What a shot by Snav. Giving it all up to Nitro. He's given the first, but he loses half his health. Snav comes to the cover of the obelisk. Nitro flashes himself in. Spotted by 3. And put down by Wolfie. Map point. Best of 1 point now. In favor of Boss, and they have 2.
2 chances to close it out in the first set of overtime. NRG definitely feeling the pressure. Need to win out to that second set or lose this first map. This first best of 1. Boss. Again, more slow, measured play from Boss. I don't hate it. It only got away from them, I think, once in that first half. Snav is a mastermind on this map, and he has slotted in quite well. Fruit Cup. Dinked down by Bro, but he takes down the new addition to NRG, and the nade can't finish off what he started either. Fruit Cup slinks away. Hex now trying to even things back out, does it the hard way, catching Slight with the flashbang peek. Big one to find. NRG. So I say, have the advantage knowing one is low, but they lose their opper. Good kill from Freshie, who's had a quiet map. And Boss now. They're not committing towards B. They're definitely showing some presence in that direction.
The bomb's still A side, though. And they lose Fruit Cup out in middle. So they lose that tip of the spear. Hexed retreats to the safety of heaven, has Nitro joining up with him. As the Boss duo walk out the A side. Nice shot by Snav on a Nitro. But Snav gets caught chucking utility. Freshie knows where Hexed is. But does Hexed expect Freshie creeping up heaven? Back towards middle. Wolfie coming that direction himself. Splitting into B now. Freshie's running. But now, George has heard it. And he's making noise. Wolfie's heard this as well. Does George clear this? He does indeed! He wins the fight. 1 versus 2 now on site. Freshie has utilities used to smoke. And he'll tuck back into Temple. And I think he's thinking about going all the way around. Realizes he doesn't have the time for that. So he goes back to site. Temple Shadow shows. George is down. Hex taps. And it's waiting for the fight. Freshie knows Hext is ready. And Hext wins it. Body shots do him in. And so, we get now to an MR30 game of Counter-Strike. Nice hat trick by Hext. And we are not done with Anubis just yet.
No, we aren't. One more opportunity for Boss to close it out in this set of overtime. If not, if they are unable to do so, we go out to another bout. There, the magic number would be 19. Here, it's 16. Full buy for both teams. AKs and an op versus M4s and the op. 2 A4s for Bro and George as well. Love to see those weapons coming out. We'll get a price decrease as well going into, I believe, tomorrow. When the update should go live. Slight, again, looking for an opportunity to present itself with his op. He's been very good with it, particularly on the defense, but on the offense he can do just as well.
Stab will look to entry up towards B. There's 3 players here for NRG, though. 2 in E-box. Flames will clear that out. Very effective. The bomb is going A. Snav is just bait. Selling the fake. But he'll run away with that flash. His mates. And now the utility reigns in. NRG will need to scramble reinforcements quickly. Nitro is flamed away. Freshie up close. Gets the bomb down now. Retakes on 5 versus 5. It's going to be bloody. It's going to be a brawl. And OC's utility is going to be critical, but Freshie doubles up. Pushing in towards Heaven. Now peeking in maybe towards Shrek. Just holding for the push. Slice there as well. The Wolfie has joined the party. OC 2. But it's only 1 of 5. And his teammates have all gone down. Boss 1 kill from taking this map, and they find it. It's Fruit Cup in the end. It took overtime. It took all 6 rounds of overtime, but Boss take the first best of 1 of the night, 16-14.
Boss right the ship. I was going to say a 4-8 half, or an 8-4 half, I should say, was an okay performance to start things off, but still